Welcome back to Module 4. My name is Josh. I am your push coach. And this is where it all really gets good, guys, because I'm about to teach you how to have a new mindset. I personally teach people that we can change all of the outside things, but if we don't get this right, it don't even matter. So I'm about to teach you the mindset behind Let's Puke Together. When I first started teaching this specific mindset that I'm about to teach you, I started hearing people say, oh my gosh, the way you're teaching me to set goals, I literally just threw up in my mouth. And people just kept saying this over and over and over. And eventually I was just like, hey, let's puke together. And that's kind of how the whole Let's Puke Together hashtag came together. It was never my words. It was really the words of people that I was teaching this philosophy to. So you're about to find out why, if you go to Instagram right now and search hashtag Let's Puke Together, I believe there's 3,000 posts now using that hashtag because of this philosophy that I'm about to teach you. It is the philosophy that has changed more businesses than anything else. Using this specific set, this specific mindset, I've seen people double, triple, even quadruple their income in as little as 4 weeks. And I'm about to teach it to you, so just get ready. So here's the thing. Most people, especially in the business world, have yearly goals. And there's nothing wrong with yearly goals. I set yearly goals every single year. But here's the problem. I'll give you 2 problems. Number 1 is your goals are too small. People teach these SMART goals, which I can't even remember what SMART stands for because I just hate it so bad. It's something about it needs to be measurable, attainable, realistic. It's got to have a time attached to it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever woke up an hour early in the morning to do something realistic? Have you ever got excited about a realistic, you know what? I'm going to wake up an hour early because I set a goal to increase my income by 3% this year. Has that ever got you out of bed early? No, of course it hasn't, because nobody is that excited or that motivated by a 3% pay raise. So number 1, your goals are too freaking small. I personally am a huge fan of Grant Cardone, who wrote the book, The 10X Rule. And in the 10X Rule, he teaches you to actually take your normal goal and multiply it by 10. Because when you do so, it creates a sense of urgency that forces you to put in what he calls massive action. And when you put in massive action, maybe you don't actually hit your 10X goal, but you destroy your 1X goal. And so here's the thing. You have got to set bigger goals than you've ever set before. But, however, the other problem that people have is maybe they get that part right and they set these big, huge goals that scare the crap out of them. But unfortunately, an end of year goal is 12 months away, which means you can sleep in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and all of a sudden you wake up in September and go, holy crap, I've only got 3 or 4 months to pull off this crazy goal that I set. And in those last 3 or 4 months of the year, you go into crazy hyper mode to try to make your goals happen, which is great. You're incredibly productive in October, November, and December. Here's the problem. You sucked in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. You get the point, right? Why in the world would you allow yourself to suck 9 months out of the year? Now, some of you have fixed this problem and you have created monthly goals. In fact, some of the multi-level marketing companies that I work with very closely, they have very specific monthly goals that they set for the whole company. We want everyone to do at least this many sales every single month. Now, that's way better because now you've got 4 weeks to focus on instead of 12 months. It makes it a lot harder to miss 1 or 2 weeks if you got to do something like 4 weeks, right? But here's the thing. With a monthly goal, again, in the first week of the month, you suck. In the second week of the month, you suck. The third week of the month, you kind of finally pull your crap together, and in week 4, you go crazy. Which means you wasted almost 3 weeks of your month. How productive do you think you're going to be over the course of a year showing up 1 week a month? I mean, I guess that's 12 weeks that you showed up for, and then maybe you go crazy in October, November, December, right? Here's what I teach. If you really want to change your life, you need to have weekly goals. Let me explain. If you say, I want to have 20 sales this month, unfortunately, it's super easy again to sleep in week 1, 2, and maybe even 3. But if you say instead, I'm going to make 20 sales this week, here's the thing. You may sleep in Monday and you may sleep in Tuesday, but you better believe you're going to be showing up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to make that goal happen. So here's what I teach. Two different things is number one, you must have weekly goals. You absolutely have to have weekly goals. It's the only way to get yourself out of the bed on a regular basis is to every single day wake up and see what you have to do this week. But that's not enough. And here's where the puking begins. Man, I hope you're ready for this. It's about to get really good, guys. I want you to take your normal monthly goal, and that's going to be your new weekly goal. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your normal monthly goal, whatever you think you should do in a month, I'm going to challenge you to do it in a week. Because I know that whatever your normal monthly goal is, you wait until week 4 to try to pull it off anyways, and a lot of times you're able to do it. Now, a lot of you miss your monthly goal, but you just barely miss it. But most of you, if you have a monthly goal, you find a way somehow to pull it off on the last day of the month. Here's the thing. You can pull off anything you decide to pull off. You just haven't been setting yourself up on a good enough of a scale to force yourself to pull anything crazy off. So while you are in my group, and I pray that you'll do this for the rest of your life, you're going to take what you would normally attempt to do in a month, and you're going to make yourself do it in a week. Now, man, I hope you're puking right now. I hope you're just vomiting all over the floor as I speak right now, because that's what's supposed to happen, okay? If you feel that like in the back of your throat, that's a good thing. It means you're being challenged. And the reason you have sucked for so long, apologize for assuming that you've sucked, maybe you haven't. The reason you're in my group and needing help is because you haven't pushed yourself hard enough. You haven't challenged yourself enough. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be your best friend. I'm here to be your push coach. Okay? I'm here to help you get results, which is why I'm coining a phrase, 6 days a week you hate me, 1 day a week you love me, and that's on payday. You may hate my guts 6 days a week, but on payday, you are gonna freaking love me, you're gonna write me letters, you're gonna send me Facebook messages, 1 day a week you are gonna love me to death. Okay? So, now that your mind is going crazy with how in the world am I gonna pull this off, let me give you the 3 points that I believe pull this all together that help you understand, okay? Like, because right now you're just freaking out. Your brain's going a million miles an hour. How am I going to do this? I hate Josh Coates. He's my worst enemy. I never want to see his face again. Let me explain to you the logistics behind this and how this can actually work and how this is going to help you. All right, so here's the logistics, and this is how it's going to work. Okay, let me bring it down for a second. I know we have a lot of logical thinkers, and right now you're just going crazy. You can't understand how in the world could I ever do in 1 week what I usually do in 1 month. Okay, let me break down the logistics for you. Let me put your mind at rest just a little bit, and then we'll get back to puking. Okay, number 1, where there is urgency, there is focus. Here's the problem. When you hear me say I want you to pull off in 1 week what you normally do in a month, the first thing you think is, Josh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to work 4 times as much. I got kids, I got jobs, I got extracurricular activities, I got all these. I don't have time to quadruple my time. I'm not asking you to work more time. I'm asking you to work more focused. Most of you spend 3 to 4 hours a day working your business and never even do the most important tasks. Why? Because you don't have to. When you have some stupid little goal that you can pull off in the last week of the month, you don't have to focus every day. So you waste probably 3 to 3.5 hours a day doing unproductive activities. What if I could teach you to take the time, which we will actually teach you in the next module, what if I could help you take the time you're already spending and stop wasting time and start using and investing your time to do the right things. When you focus on the right things, you would be amazed. In fact, I always tell people in 1 to 2 hours a day, I can help you have more success than you've ever had in 3 or 4 hours a day if you'll just follow my focused plan. So don't go crazy. I'm not trying to challenge you to never sleep again, to never see your kids again, okay? I'm actually going to probably help you work less than you've worked before and just be more productive. Number 2, urgency breeds creativity. Here's the other thing. When you are focused on all the right things and you've got this urgent goal, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when what you're currently doing isn't enough to get you there, creativity sparks. Because when you have an urgent goal, you are forced to figure out a way to make it happen. When there's no urgency, you don't have to be creative. You don't have to ask yourself, what else could I do? Is there another way I could invite people? Is there another kind of thing that I could do to build more momentum? Me personally, I run a lot of Facebook ads. And the reason I do Facebook ads is because I had these urgent goals and I had this incredible yearly goal that I wanted to hit, which I'd broken down, of course. And I said, I don't know how to do this, so guess what? I need to go learn more things. That's why I learned Facebook ads, because I realized what I'm currently doing isn't enough to hit the goals that I've set for myself. So it forced me to tap into creative solutions and finding new ways to do things to reach more people. I want you to imagine you're coming home from work or maybe from a ball game, whatever, and your kids are at home with a sitter, and you're driving down the street, and you see smoke coming up from your neighborhood. As you pull into the neighborhood, you realize the smoke is coming from your street, and you're starting to freak out a little bit. As you get to your street, you realize the smoke is coming from your house, and the kids are the inside. You fly down the street, you pull into the driveway, and somewhere, somehow, in between the car and the door, you lose your keys, and you have no idea where they are, the door's locked, you don't know how to get in. How many of you as a parent or as an aunt or uncle or whatever it is, how many of you would on the spot figure out a way to get into that house? Now, you may have to kick down the door, you may have to punch through a glass window, you may have to freaking run through some bricks, but you, all of a sudden, in that sense of urgency, are not able to open the door the way you normally would, and you are forced into a place of creativity to find a different way to do the same thing. That's what's going to happen. As you set these crazy goals, you may do the same things you've done before, and you're realizing it's not enough. It's not enough. It forces you to become creative and find new ways. Number 3, and this is so important. This is maybe the most valuable lesson you'll learn in this group, maybe even in life. And that is urgency demands ownership. It demands it. Too many people making too many stupid excuses. I don't have big enough of a following. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not outgoing enough. I'm not a natural born leader. All this BS that you use as an excuse for why you can't get what you want. And at the end of the day, your success is 100% on you. Whatever success you have in life or whatever failures you have in life right now, look in the mirror. That's why you have it. You are the only one that can decide how successful or unsuccessful you are. If you don't like where you're at, it's time right now to take ownership of that. It's time right now to decide that you and you alone are the only one that can control your fate, or the only one that can control your destiny by doing the right things over and over and over. If you say, Josh, I'm not in control of my fate, I'm not in control of my destiny. There's a higher power that's in 100% control. Okay, cool. Why don't you sit on the couch and stop showing up for work and see if the bills get paid and see if you get kicked out of your house? I guarantee you 100% you stop sending in money to pay your bills, and I don't care what God there is, your lights get turned off. They kick you out of your house. Here's the thing. I personally do believe in a God, and I do believe in this divine destiny thing, but I also believe in cause and effect. I also believe that what you sow is what you reap. You are today where you are because of what you've done or what you haven't done. When you have this sense of urgency, guess what? You don't even have time to think about the economy. You don't even have time to think about the Facebook algorithm. You don't have time to think about whether or not your upline is supportive or a good leader. You don't got time to think about nothing other than getting results. Urgency demands ownership. And that's what I'm going to ask of you in this group. I'm going to ask you to take ownership, to put in the work it's going to take to change your life, to change your family's life, and to make a difference in this world. All right, so now I want to walk you through a few questions to help you set up your plan of urgency. This is about to change your life forever. Okay, number one, what is your new yearly goal? Based on what I taught you about setting something huge and big that forces you to think bigger, to act bigger, what is your new yearly goal? And remember, if you think it's attainable, it's way too small. Your goals should stretch you beyond what you think is attainable. I always say it this way: goals were not meant to be reached. They were simply meant to stretch you. It's not about, can I actually accomplish this? It's about, will this stretch me beyond my normal comfort zone? So number one, what is your new yearly goal? Number two, in order to hit that yearly goal, what are you going to need to do per month? Now, I want you to write down specifics. How many products do you need to sell per month? How many reps do you need to sign per month? What kind of rank advances do you need to get per month? I want you to get really, really specific about what you're going to need to do monthly in order to hit that yearly goal. Okay? Now, you can't set a big, huge, crazy yearly goal and then do the exact same thing you've been doing every month and still hit that goal. Your monthly goal has to be in alignment and to keep you on track with your yearly goal. All right? Pause this video, write down your new monthly goals. Number three, what will you need to accomplish weekly? What is your new weekly goal that's going to keep you on track to hit that monthly goal? Okay? If you don't know math, it's pretty easy. You take your monthly goal, you divide it by 4, you pretty much got it figured out. But here's the thing. You got to have that wrote down. You have to have that in front of you at all times, what you're trying to accomplish every single week. I need your sales numbers wrote down. I need your recruiting numbers wrote down, and I need rank advancements. Now, obviously, rank advancements is a little tough to do weekly, but I need you to sit down and think, what do I need to do this month? Okay. How many weeks do I have to pull that off? Maybe I need to sign this many reps this week to be on track to hit that rank advancement. Take some time, write it down right now. Okay, now that you've wrote all this down, can you already see how this is about to change your life forever? Can you already see how you're about to have to put in more action than ever before? Now remember, more action, not more time, just more focus on actually doing the right actions, which is what I'm going to teach you in the next module. I'm going to teach you how to set up and prioritize your game plan, which, by the way, the app that came along with this group is going to help you to keep on track with the priorities I'm about to help you set. So get ready, man. We are about to put in some massive action. My name is Josh. I'm your push coach. Let's puke together.